What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen that title was going out. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. So y'all know, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I covered, anything on Gavin Newsom. But you have it right here. Gavin Newsom didn't just fail California. He ran the biggest taxpayer money laundering circus in modern history. There's a post by Netter Mike at Netter Mike. Y'all can go find it. On X. It says on his watch, 32.6 billion vanished in unemployment fraud. 24 billion dumped into homelessness programs that can't even track where the money, went. So over 50 billion gone, stolen, wasted. And these aren't conspiracy numbers. They are government, acknowledged disasters, as y'all see. So you have here 50 plus billion gone. California's fraud scandal. I'm telling y'all. Got it right here. And this is a post y'all can go check out at Wall Street Apes. Definitely wanted to share with y'all. Gavin Newsom caught in a massive federal money laundering scam. This post on here. It has Newsom increased ambulance costs 300%, then requested reimbursements from the federal government. But it was fake. There's a lot of information out here, y'all. And I definitely wanted to share, because this is pretty wild. Let's check it out.
A massive investigation has uncovered that California may have committed major fraud against the US government by exploiting this complicated loophole that's allowed them to steal billions in federal taxpayer funds. One of the largest and most convoluted schemes in modern history has been discovered during a review of California's medical financial records. Investigators found that under Gavin Newsom's leadership, the Golden State has essentially been funneling taxpayer money from all across America to prop up California's own finances. The ingenious plan started in 2022 and it revolves around the complex concept of intergovernmental transfers, which in simple terms is when a local hospital or county makes a transfer to the state Medicaid agency for payments of medical services such as ambulance rides. After the transfers are made, the state can then request a matching amount of money from the federal government, but Newsom's California abused this system by raising the price of a simple ambulance ride by nearly 300%, and then once the local hospitals made the transfer to the state and the state received the matching funds from the federal government, they then instead paid a private ambulance service which cost only a fraction of the original price, pocketing the difference. But the thing is, this is all legal and the government must find a way to close this loophole.
So one thing about this is that this isn't the only thing. I know y'all been seeing each and every day that I have, other things that's been coming out as far as just, what's going on in Minnesota as well. And y'all constantly see on how bad it is, everywhere when it comes down to it. And it's just not one thing. I feel like a lot of people miss this, that it's just not one thing, when it comes down to it. You have it right here. It says audit finds Gavin Newsom racketeered 24 billion of taxpayer money on the scam he calls ending homelessness. So just not, when it comes to, whether if it's, has it something to do with, the fires or the homelessness or, the ambulances. It's a lot of things, that, I truly feel as if it needs more doing. Rather than, okay, well, we see this person is doing this, and we're saying that we're investigating, but when is it going to be that time of actually setting an example, of an event, these individuals? So hear from Elon Musk, y'all.
This is the wrong word. Like, homeless implies that somebody got a little behind on their mortgage payments, and if they just got a job offer, they'd be back on their feet. But someone who's totally dead inside, shuffling along down the street.
And I have to skip, some of this because of the music, y'all, so I do apologize.
Taking a dump in the middle of the streets, they're not like one job offer away from getting back on their feet. Proportionate to the number of homeless people, their incentive structure is to maximize the number of zombies, not minimize it. That's the drug zombies leave, and they would stop getting money from the state of California and from all the charity. This is a diabolical scam. It goes to the homeless industrial complex. When you add up all the money that's flowing, it's like $900,000, something like some crazy amount of money is going to these organizations. So them in the area, so they get the revenue. They don't arrest the drug dealers because otherwise the drug zombies would leave. If they get too much drugs, then they die. So they're kept in this perpetual zone of being addicted, but just barely.
I'm telling y'all, it's all, it's all insane, when it comes down to it. This last part says right here, It's like 900,000 or something, like some crazy amount of money is going to these organizations. So they want to keep people just barely alive. They need to keep them in the area so they can get the revenue. I'm telling y'all, it's definitely insane when it comes down to it. You have Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom owns 2 homes. And I'm pretty sure it's more. Probably, a couple condos here, but these are the 2 main homes. Both homes have a total estimated value of $12.8 million, with the most recent home purchase of $9.1 million. His salary as governor is literally $234,000 a year. And again, you ask that question, how could he possibly, afford this? I'm telling y'all, definitely insane. One thing about it though, and this right here, the United States Department of Justice, Gavin Newsom, former chief of staff, was just arrested by the FBI and is being charged with bank fraud, wire fraud, and conspiracy to defraud the United States. Says, please God, let it lead directly back to Newsom. Y'all can find this at Mila Joy. If y'all want to go check this out, this is literally, it's all right here. All right here, y'all. As a public affairs officer, Lauren Horwood. So like I said, y'all can go check that out if y'all want to. Definitely, I would definitely want y'all to, check out, more and more of this. The more that people, spread these, these videos and spread this information and spread on what's going on, I definitely feel as if, things will happen. I have a lot of people that's always commenting. I just hate that the fact that, this individual, they're not, this isn't going to, nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to happen. Man, listen, all you got to do is keep on pushing, keep on, putting out this information, and sharing this information that's put out, because a lot of this definitely is, important. I'm telling y'all, definitely important. Check it out.
Have you guys seen Gavin Newsom's new house just outside of LA? Keep in mind, he makes $224,000 a year. And his house is worth $9.1 million, but there's something very interesting about his house. Hold on. So that was a picture of his house. Now, it's obviously interesting that he makes $224,000 a year and can afford a $9.1 million house. But the most interesting thing is the blue roof. Did you guys notice? He has a blue roof. I'll show it to you again.
I'm telling y'all, these individuals do not care. They care more so about themselves. If y'all know about that blue roof, it's just one of those things. If you know. It's honestly nothing. It's nothing at all. As I should say, when it comes down to, it's not too much, but it does. It gives out. Because I don't want to obviously over exaggerate it, but it's something that's obviously just goes to show you that a lot of this. And a lot what's going on is a little bit, it's definitely messed up. It's sick and, disgusting at the simple fact of what they're doing and how they're doing it. Just, that simple thing, of having, that blue roof. And if y'all know about it, we talked about it, with, the Hawaii fires, even though, the California fires. I'm telling y'all, pretty insane. This is Spencer Pratt. Says Spencer Pratt found out Gavin Newsom is asking for more money from Congress because of the wildfires. Let's check it out.
Don't you hate it when politicians treat your hard-earned taxpayer money like it's just monopoly money? Last week, Gavin Newsom asked Congress for a supplemental appropriation of $34 billion in federal money for long-term recovery efforts in the Los Angeles area. Guess what he's asking for? It's a long list, so we're going to have to skip to the parts that I think is so interesting. Do you remember when $100 million from the Fire Aid concert just disappeared, and then they defended themselves by saying it's for grants? Well, guess who wants more grants? Newsom, $4.3 billion in economic development grants, $130 million for mental health response grants, $12.8 million for community service block grants. Guess what? The word grant kind of makes me think these are all nonprofits and NGOs at work here. The same nonprofits and NGOs that bankroll Gavin Newsom and continue laundering money in his homelessness profit freaking industrial complex. But let's also get to the most interesting thing in the money he asked for. Remember when Newsom and his office called me a conspiracy theorist? Do you remember that? Because I was saying that they were trying to put affordable housing in the Pacific Palisades. Well, boom, Guess what Newsom asked for last week? $2 billion for affordable housing to support the creation of 6,500 affordable housing units. Oh yeah, Gavin Newsom making a play for the Palisades is why probably he hasn't done anything for the actual fire victims for 11 months, because he doesn't want us to rebuild. He doesn't want us back in the Palisades. He wants him and his friends to rebuild it how they want, and that is facts now.
Exactly. I mean, it's all there. And it's definitely sad, you know, that, you know, you're having an individual, you know, and again, this is just, you know, a list right here. You literally have they're number one in addiction, number one in gas prices, number one in income tax, number one in gas tax, number one in retail theft. You literally have number one in homelessness. And this just goes to show you right here on why it is definitely important on people to actually pay attention. Let's think about this. People that actually pay attention and realize what's truly going on, and truly on who you vote for and who you supporting, because these individuals that we talk about and that we discuss every single day, they truly just don't care. And we all see it. We all truly see it. Got it right here. This is Steve Hilton. Now, Gavin Newsom takes our tax dollars and spending it on some BS website trolling Trump. I'm telling you, it's stuff like this. They do not care. Check it out.
You won't believe what Gavin Newsom's done now. We already pay the highest taxes in America, in California. So guess what? He's now taking even more of our money and wasting it on some pathetic website trolling President Trump. I mean, we're sick of this BS from Gavin Newsom. He's the most useless governor in America. He can't do anything other than post pathetic crap on social media as part of his pathetic presidential campaign. We've had enough of it. You won't believe what Gavin Newsom...
I truly don't blame him. There's literally individuals that are truly, you know, disgusted on what Gavin Newsom is doing, and, you know, tired, you know, of going through it, you know, each and every day. And I truly don't blame him. Definitely make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to every single one of y'all. Definitely much love to y'all. You know, y'all definitely been helping me, been, you know, pushing me and been getting me, you know, honestly, you know, and keeping me afloat, you know, with a lot of things. And I definitely appreciate that. So I definitely got to give that to y'all. You already know. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next one.